Clockmaker's Stolen Seconds, a tale of pausing and peace. In the heart of a busy city sat a tiny shop filled with the sound of 1,000 heartbeats. This was Mr. Abner's tick-tock shop. Every wall was covered in clocks of all shapes and sizes. There were cuckoo clocks with little wooden birds, golden watches that chimed like tiny bells, and tall grandfather clocks that hummed a deep, slow song. Mr. Abner was a very special kind of clockmaker. He didn't just fix springs and gears, he was the keeper of time. He understood that time was the most precious thing in the whole world, and he treated every second with great care. Every evening when the sun began to set, Mr. Abner performed a secret task. He took a tiny silver broom and gently swept the floorboards of his shop. He wasn't looking for dust or dirt. He was looking for lost seconds. Lost seconds are the moments people drop when they are bored or in a hurry. To Mr. Abner, they looked like tiny, glowing, golden fireflies. He would sweep them into a beautiful crystal jar. Inside the glass, seconds swirled and danced, waiting for someone who truly needed a little extra time. One snowy afternoon, the shop door burst open with a loud jingle. A young mother named Mrs. Amara rushed in. Her blue coat was misrun, her hair was messy, and she looked very worried. She was holding the hand of her small son, Zane, who looked very sleepy. "Mr. Abner, please," she cried, placing a broken silver watch on the counter. "I am so late. I have dinner to cook, clothes to wash, and I promised Zane a story, but there is no time left in the day." While Mr. Abner looked at the broken watch, he didn't notice a pair of bright copper eyes watching from the shelf. It was Talk, Mr. Abner's fluffy blue Persian cat. Talk was a very curious cat who loved anything that twinkled. Talk saw the crystal jar of golden seconds sitting on the counter. The glowing lights inside moved like tiny birds. Talk gave a wiggle of his fuzzy bottom and prepared to pounce. He thought the seconds looked like the perfect toys to bat around with his paws. With a sudden leap, Talk jumped onto the counter. His fluffy tail swiped across the glass, and the jar of lost seconds tipped over. It hit the floor with a soft thud, and the brass lid popped right off. Suddenly, the shop went wild. The golden seconds flew out like a swarm of angry bees. Because the seconds were loose, time started to act very silly. One clock began to spin its hands so fast they looked like a fan, while another clock started to chime so slowly it sounded like a deep, sleepy growl. Mr. Abner tried to catch them, but he was too slow. "Oh no," he shouted. "If we don't catch the seconds, the whole city might get stuck in a hurry." Mrs. Amara saw a group of golden seconds zooming toward the door. Even though she was tired, her motherly reflexes kicked in. She grabbed her long silk scarf and began to wave it through the air. She moved like a dancer, swiping the scarf to scoop up the fast-moving lights. "I've got 3, she cheered, her face lighting up with a big, bright smile. She forgot all about her long to-do list. While Mrs. Amara caught the fast seconds, little Zane noticed the slow ones. They were drifting near the floor like heavy bubbles. Zane sat down on the rug and began to hum a soft, sleepy tune. He moved his hands very slowly, as if he were playing in warm water. The slow seconds loved his calm energy. They drifted toward him and landed on his yellow scarf like glowing buttons. Zane giggled softly. He wasn't sleepy anymore. He was having the best time he had ever had in the shop. Mr. Abner held the crystal jar open wide. "Quickly, bring them here," he called out. Mrs. Amara brought her scarf over and gently shook the golden lights back into the glass. Zane walked over carefully, making sure not to scare the seconds resting on his sleeves. One by one, the golden fireflies returned to their home. As they entered the jar, the clocks in the shop began to tick normally again. The fast clock slowed down and the slow clock sped up. The rhythm of the room became steady and peaceful. Mr. Abner screwed the lid back on tight. He looked at Mrs. Amara. She wasn't panting or rushing anymore. By stopping to help him catch the time, she had found a moment of stillness. Her face was calm, and her eyes were kind. "You did a wonderful thing," Mr. Abner whispered. "You gave me your time when I needed it most. Now I have a gift for you." He reached into the jar and pinched a single, extra bright golden second between his fingers. Mr. Abner leaned forward and slipped the glowing second directly into Mrs. Amara's coat pocket. "This is a paused moment," he explained. "It will make the world feel slow and beautiful just long enough for you to enjoy what matters." Mrs. Amara felt a warm glow spread from her pocket all the way to her heart. She took a deep, long breath. The snow falling outside the window didn't look like a cold mess anymore. It looked like falling diamonds. She realized that the laundry could wait, but the story for Zane could not. Mrs. Amara thanked Mr. Abner and picked up her fixed watch. She took Zane's hand and they walked out into the snowy evening. They didn't run, they stepped slowly, catching snowflakes on their tongues and laughing at the way the streetlights twinkled. Back in the shop, Mr. Abner watched them go. Talk the cat curled up on his lap, purring loudly. Mr. Abner smiled, knowing that sometimes the best way to find more time is to simply stop rushing and give a little bit of it away.
Thank you very much indeed for watching our story. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to our channel Store to Mefrel 1 for more such stories coming soon.